I believe everyone is doing just like you.
So
Okay.
that's your new microphone.
So I was using my microphone. I tested it. Then I remember that, sorry, it's a one-on-one interaction. So I won't be able to hear you when that's in the
Oh,
jack. So, I'm using the earphones again. But if the voice is clear, we'll proceed to our
it's
topic and start the
manageable.
podcast. So, Captain Vijay, as always, is here, and he is a captain. He got his command in year 2020, right after the pandemic, and he's a captain on board a chemical vessel, chemical tankers with Navig 8. And today he'll be sharing his opinions on the topic of piracy and best managing practices to better such situations, which was actually the most liked topic. Like you are the ones who voted for it. So here it is. Over to you, Captain.
All right, guys. So today our topic is piracy. Many of the new guys, they must not have even seen the vessel, and they must have seen this movie, and also heard about a lot of stories. Even here, also, whenever I meet anybody, my neighbors or anybody, whenever I say merchant navy, so they ask me the first thing is, are you navigating near Somalia or how's the Somalia's pirates? Have you seen them? So it's a very common thing, and lots of ships were getting hijacked once upon a time. Many ships are getting hijacked. Now things are a little bit better in Somalia. The West Africa is the main big problem right now. So we will discuss about Somalia, Gulf of Eden, basically, and I'll just share a little bit about the West Africa, because here the difference is the armed guards are on board many of the ships. All right. On the West Africa, armed guards are still not allowed, and now they have shifted the focus to the West Africa. But we still keep a sharp lookout, and we follow all the best management practices. This is now revision 5. So we make sure that we transit from northbound or southbound. We go safely. We safely transit the Gulf of Aden, and that's the plan and intent, that you guys also, whenever you go on board or any of the vessel at any rank, make sure you don't, I hope that you will not be sharing your experience of getting captured ever in your entire sea time.
Okay. Well, so should I carry on with my queries? Or say, should I ask for some incidents that have happened in your vessel regarding the security, or where you have this slight gut feeling that there must be some, piracy going on?
See, passing through Gulf of Eden, northbound or southbound, it's always dicey. And especially what happens is there are a lot of fishing boats, in vicinity, and many of them will come closer, which is the normal trend. And then in that area, when we are passing the IRTC zone, from recommended transit corridor, and approaching the Babel Mandap, which is like the mouth of Gulf of Eden. So that time it's very critical because the ship to maneuver and turn around and you know use all the evasive maneuvers and all that. It's very difficult over there, and lots of fishing boat. Now, which fishing boat is a pirate boat? That was also a big problem. So we have to, we keep extra lookouts. Armed guards are always on the bridge, especially from as soon as we enter the HRA till we cross 15° north. And then we look for the ladders, we look for the guns in the. So many times the fishing boats will come closer to your ship, and then you have to be alert. You sound the alarm and you raise the what you call pre-warning. So there is a code yellow and there is a code red kind of thing, like a pre-warning. So everybody will be ready to run to Citadel except the people on bridge. And then, in case if we find out that it was just a false alarm, then we'll send the people back, because we don't want to, get panicked and run at the last minute. It's better to be safe, no? So then sorry. So we have different codes for imminent threat and then the final threat. And then we'll talk about the what practically we carry out the security drill, so that you guys have a fair bit of idea. Next time when you are participating in the security drill, you're not lost. At least something.
Okay, sir. Well, when there is threat, so there are some precautions, but at the end of the day, precautions are better than cure. So what are the precautions that are taken by a captain of a ship? Then we'll talk about what the precautions does the company provide. More like other than that, what are the international codes or say the safety provided by other countries, and what help is provided in such situations?
Mhm. All right. So now every good company, standard company has their own, you know, a plan. Then title will be different. Okay. So it will be like a hardening plan or a transit plan or a Gulf of Eden plan. Doesn't matter. So every company has their plan. Then then you have to comply with that and we follow that as soon as we are reaching the VRA. All right. So earlier, long time ago, the entire area was considered HRA. Then they reduced the boundaries. You know, after doing lots of analysis of the accidents which are still happening, now they have reduced the boundaries. So now it is 60-degree east, but we just be on the safe side. We start taking precautions when we are in the VRA, and then you follow the hardening plan. All right. And actually, you're supposed to, the vessel is insured. You know, there's something called as insurance, the cargo insurance, the vessel insurance. So if you don't follow that, you know, the insurance also will not be covered. And
Okay.
forget the insurance, you have to do it for your own safety first. You know, you don't want to end up getting, hijacked, because once the, see, uh, fighting the pirates is all good till the time, you know, they are in their boat and we are on board. The time they just are successful, you know, in the movie you must have seen the Captain Phillips, once they board the ladder and they climb the ship, then that is the time you, I mean, nobody can help you. That is the time you just proceed, I mean, run towards your citadel, lock it, do all the emergency, whatever, you know, things you're supposed to do, SSAS and all that, and just pray for the nearby some military helicopters or whatever to come and, you know, save you. So these armed
Okay.
guards, the main funda is that they are supposed to, you know, follow the rules of force, and then they will, you know, show their fire a flare and show their weapons. You know, they will try to avoid using the bullets. But ekbar when it's necessary that they have come really close and they're firing back bullets, then it's like, you know, full on war. But then again, limits, the bullets like we have is limited on board. You know, once empty over, then you have nothing else. And once they come on board somehow, and in the process of that fight, some pirate has been injured, then you know what will be their reaction when they, if they at all catches. So first thing they will, you know, they will hurt is the armed guards and next master for allowing them to do that.
Okay. Well, as we can assume from here, pirates have a upper edge even when we have guards on board. So, sir, I have heard that these guards are, instructed not to shoot. They are just there to, scare away the pirates. So, sir, why don't take a quick action and just, do what has to be done at the end of the day? Why we are taking such risks?
Mm. See, the job of the armed guards, you know, on board is not to fight the pirates. They are not, I mean, on board to, you know, make a war with them. They are only there to make sure that the vessel whichever they are on, it's safely transited from point A to point B. Transits the Gulf of Aden, that's it. That's the only thing. Now, if any boat comes nearby, you know, they have the, because they are also contractors, they are also, you know, employees, they also have their rules of force. Okay, there is something called as rules of force for them. They have to follow the policy. So they have to go step by step. They cannot see a boat. You know the incident, no, in our South India. I mean, in Chennai, the two Italian armed guards are being tried because they accidentally they killed the fishermen.
They
The
killed.
same thing
Yes.
that some fishing boat is coming nearby, and you know, instead, and they just shot them, and in case one of them dies and it turns out to be that they were just fishermen, it will be a problem. So they just follow the steps, you know, show the guns, fire in the air, fire in the water, but then you start getting back bullets from that boat, for sure they are not fishermen, then it's time to go full on. That time those three armed guards will give their best because they're supposed to do that. They will fight till the last bullet, and once the bullets are empty, and then you know the pilots are boarded, then they will also come to us in the citadel. Now we'll talk about citadel also later.
Okay, sir. So my follow-up question is that I've just been through the SCS GSD course of SPCW. So in that we learned a lot about the BMP, and when I went through all of that, I found a point that the captain has the whole authority of the ship, and everyone personnel on board is his responsibility, and everyone basically follows his orders. But the armed guard, if the captain is damn sure like he is hit, but if the guard is not firing, he like the captain doesn't have authority to order him and to fire. So why is that happening? I
No,
have
no, no. In
heard
this,
this.
the permission to fire on board is again given by the master. They will
Mm-hmm.
do all their, the initial methods that they're supposed to do,
Okay.
whatever they're supposed to do. But the permission to fire has to come from the master.
Okay.
Yeah. So they will fire only on, but if master says don't fire and the pirates are firing back, then they have to take over, take charge because ultimately it is their lives as well. Because those pirates, if they come on board, they are going to hurt the armed guards first, for sure.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So it is the master's orders on which they will act, and it is the master's responsibility as well for the safety of the armed guards as well.
Okay.
Because
So that clears my point.
as per the
Okay.
drill that we do, is the last six people, depending how many armed guards. Assume we have three armed guards on board, so there will be total number of six people who will be coming to the citadel at the end. Rest everybody, if there is a threat, rest everybody will proceed to the citadel, lock all the doors, and some people will be standby with some code or whatever. Then the master, the duty officer, the AB, three people, and the three armed guards. So six people will be the last to come inside.
Okay, sir. So from from what you said last, I heard this word levels of hardening. So what is the hardening of ship and what are its levels? Can you discuss about this?
See, in the BMP5 in the last pages, there is a called primary layer of defense, lookout and reservoirs. So I'll just tell you practically before we reach the HRA and VRA, we do the double layer of reservoirs. All right, reservoir is there. Then we put all the dummies, to like it looks as real as the person keeping a lookout. Basically, we want to show to the pirates that people are watching out for them. Then the what we put the barbed wires in between the catwalks. We just lock all the stores on the main deck and padlock as well as the bulldog grip. And we make sure none of the hammers or anything which they can find to easily break the windows are kept easily available for them. Then what we do is we try to make their access to the bridge difficult because bridge is the command center. They need to take control of the bridge first. In that movie also you must have seen. So we want to make their access to the bridge as difficult as possible. So reservoirs, dummies, and now to enter the accommodation you have lots of bridge. I mean lots of windows. All right. So lots of windows. Now it's very easy for a window to be broken using the AK-47 or whatever gun they're carrying. So new instructions as per the oil majors and all that, we had to put the rods. We had to weld the rods on the windows as well. So it has spoiled the looks of the accommodation. In the CCR you feel like you're looking outside the window and it looks like you're in jail. But that is to prevent the pirates from breaking the window and coming inside. So you have all the window hardening. Then all the ladders which is going to the A deck, C deck, it is all barbed wired and we put some 200 liter drums to restrict the entry. So these are the minimum, I mean maximum what we can do. Plus when the armed guards come on board and then they take a round with the ship security officer and they will recommend and suggest that what more can be done and whatever is available on board and with the stuff we will ensure that it is carried out more in a better way to their satisfaction because they also report to their company and indirectly to the own shipping company that what is their feedback that the vessel did not comply with the BMP5. Then we also rig the portable foam monitors to each ship side. We keep the fire pump ready. We connect all the fire hydrants and with their nozzles tied to the ship side in a spray mode, and we keep the fire pump running. I mean, we keep the fire pump, ready for use at all times. So that is what
Okay,
we
sir.
can do. Yeah.
So basically, the levels of hardening, the first level would be for the proper prevention.
No
It
problem.
is the best that can be done to prevent some kind of piracy. Rest all the levels are just to buy us some time, right?
Yeah.
Just
The
to
more
stop
difficult
them.
access, you suppose if they're on the catwalk and they're not able to come to the accommodation, that is the time the pilots, the armed guards can, have a clean line of sight to shoot these guys. That is
Yes,
what they
yes.
want. Yeah.
Okay, so it gives our crew enough time to get into the citadel and
No, see,
get all
as soon
necessary
as
items, right?
the duty officers on the bridge, that's what you are going to become one day, no? And then for that, you
Yes,
need
sir.
to have a good, that's why I've been behind you guys. You learn during your cadetship because when you're on bridge, not every radar will be brand new on any of the ships that you go. So you need to know how to tune the radar to, get the maximum, the small targets because those fishing, the boats will attack you mostly in the night, twilight hours. That time if your radar, your tuning and your gain is not proper, that time you will not be able to pick up the blip. And visually, it is very difficult. Visually, also you need to keep watch. But duty of visually the AB is there, but if you catch the radar, it gives a long, good range. If you detect the boat at 12 miles and you're just continuously tracking it and you see that its vector is coming towards you, so it will help you. That's why know your equipments properly, know how to tune them, and when you're taking over, how you should take over because maybe the other guy has not tuned it properly. You tune it to your best way to give the image.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Well said. So levels of hardening. Now, we know it. We have the officer on the watch over the bridge. He has assessed the situation and he's kind of suspicious. So what's the plan of action actually? That would be my next question to you.
See, we carry out this piracy drill. All right. So it's supposed to be done, when armed guards come on board. So that time we follow all the proper procedures in case of. So initially, there is a suspicious boat is sighted and it is reported by the duty officer, and he will immediately call the master. The master will go running on the bridge. Then,
Yeah.
if master and I mean, it's happened. I mean, on the last ship only, a boat was coming very closer, very nearby to our vessel. The vector. It was a fishing boat, but it came very close. So we all were alerted. We, sounded the alarm and we told everybody just to be standby. And as soon as we feel that okay, something bad may happen, then we'll sound the yellow code yellow. So that time everybody will muster in the the upper deck alleyway and chief mate will take the head
Okay.
count except the 6 people on bridge. The rest everybody will be the alleyway waiting for further instruction. And that time code red, that means just proceed to citadel. Then those guys will take the engine room access. I mean wherever the citadel on board is located, they will go and be standby and wait for the 6 guys. Now once the pirates come on board, I mean you realize that okay now it's time to run to citadel. So that time this is guys
Okay.
will come to the citadel as well
Okay.
and
So
just wait
Citadel.
for the citadel.
Okay.
And then we'll wait for, in the
Citadel.
citadel the
Okay.
provision and everything is for 3 days. You have all the I mean basic stuff kept ready for 3 days. You need to prepare the
Mm-hmm.
citadel as well when you're transiting HRA.
Okay. So everything has to be prepared before transiting to SRA or any piracy prone areas. Great. So we heard the word citadel a lot. So can you brief it? Like, so what's a citadel and why is it like, you know, the
See,
first go-to place
citadel
when a pirate comes on board? Yes.
Citadel is a place that has been, determined by the company and the ship that which is the strongest place that can withstand, the access to from the pirates. So that will depend from company to company. So many of the times on board it is the steering flag. So because that has access to the from the engine room, so we'll block the engine room. We'll put a metal door there. Then in the steering flat also we'll put another metallic door, a thick plate door,
Okay.
and will lots of it's a bigger area there in the steering flat, and there you can keep lots of water ration. You can keep a small fridge over there just to make sure that you can survive for 3 days. Plus, it should also have a satellite phone. Keep the portable walkie-talkies standby. So, but that area depends on the ships wherever whichever you join. So, whenever you join the ship, that is a part of your familiarization before you 24 hours familiarization. That where is your citadel located. Plus, when you do the security drill every month or every 2 months, you will be anyway shown. And when the pirates, I mean, when the armed guards come on bridge, that time also you will, the new joiners will definitely, have that first-hand experience of that citadel.
Okay, sir. So, sir, we have discussed a lot of points. Let's move on to the real-time situation. Like four pirates have boarded our vessel, and there's master, the AD, and the third officer on board. I guess, like if the situations go like these, rest everyone has entered the citadel. Now, like I don't think so that they both have communication with the bridge and the citadel. So, sir, what's the plan of action? Like, what will the rest persons do in citadel? Yes.
No, 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 no. The purpose of citadel fails if any one person is outside. So make
Okay.
that clear in your head. See, when I told you six people will be on the bridge fighting the the pirates bullet and everything. Finally, when they
Okay.
see that the bullets are over and the pirates are ready to board, and I mean there's no stopping them. That time they will stop the engines, shut off the main engine, turn off all the fuel supply or whatever, and then those six guys will proceed towards the citadel quickly. So they will now in the citadel, the main engine room. I told you now they've already closed the engine room door. So there will be a code that only the master and the chief officer or the person who inside the door they will agree upon that code. So if so on that code, then the pumpman, bosun, or anybody will open the door and allow those six people to come inside, and then they will seal it off. Then they will go to the steering flag. Again, they will seal it off. All right. So now everybody, the entire crew has to be inside the citadel for the citadel method to work. Because that time you'll call up the, you have already pressed the SSAS, you have already contacted the, VHF, Mayday and all that. And maybe some helicopters or army, military, somebody is, will come and protect you for next 1 day or half day, whatever. But if any one person is left outside, suppose you are left outside, you were doing chipping on the deck and you are least bothered, and then everybody has gone to the citadel and then take a muster a head count that one person is missing. Then the pirates will catch hold of that person and if they say that captain come out or else we'll have to kill this guy, then for sure the purpose is solved and they have to come out and the entire ship will be hijacked and taken for a vacation in Somalia.
Okay, sir. Well said. So, sir, we like you talked about some, organizations, and as per my knowledge, they are that those organizations are UKMTO and the MSCHOA. So, what's the job of these organizations, and how do they work together with the
See, basically both
coordination
are
of vessels? Yes.
okay. Basically, both are for the piracy purpose. So initially, this MSC HOA, you have to the vessel has to register the vessel that she is going to pass through the Gulf of Eden, the HRA. So you have to register there once, so they know that then they start tracking the vessel. UKM2 is another organization, different organizations. UKM2 is like you would give them the initial report that you are going to transit. Then you keep on giving them daily report as per their format, and then final report when you are clear from the in the Red Sea. When you are clear, you give them the final report. And if any suspicious activity that or boat that may have seen during, then there is another report for that. So these are the reporting which is compulsory, and of course it is for your own safety. So these are the
Okay,
two
sir.
organizations that we do. Plus there is one SSAS button also on bridge and in also in master's cabin. The locations it's confidential. You have to see on board when you're joining, because in case of any threat or anything, everybody should know the location so that anybody can press the button. It doesn't have to be just
Okay.
one person, because in that firefight, maybe if the master is injured and he's unconscious, and then somebody should be knowing aware of the button to be pressed.
Okay. So one personal query, and like once the captain has ordered everyone to enter the citadel, will anyone, a single person, master, be it the lookout officer or be it the AD, will anyone stay on the bridge?
No, no, no. Once the yellow code yellow is given, then suppose the ship's crew is 20. Okay, and out of that three and three armed guards, so 23. Once the captain says that code yellow, they sound the alarm. The alarm is also not general emergency; it is any alarm it can be. So that time 17 people will be inside the upper deck or a deck or wherever access to the engine room, access to the citadel is nearby. They will be standing by. And once he says code red, so everybody will go inside. Okay, everybody will go inside except the master and the AV. So he might send the duty officer as well, and then maybe him and the AB because you need to do the evasive maneuvering zigzag. So that time five people will be on the bridge, and finally when the master they decide that okay now it's time to proceed to citadel. So they will just secure everything, and then everybody will come into the citadel. Basically, citadel the
Okay.
main thing criteria is everybody should be inside. And during
Yes.
HRA transit to Gulf of Aden or whatever, we make sure that no crew is working, in some place where it's a blind sector where there's walkie-talkie access is not there. First of all, it's not nobody is not supposed to venture out, and we have one point of access. Nobody can open any door from upper deck, A deck, and go out and do whatever work can come. It's only one access door. So anybody who's going out, the bridge knows that who is going out, and
Okay, sir. So, am I audible? Like, I had a video lag from your side. Your video was stuttering. Okay,
perfect.
okay. Okay, sir, fine. So, well, it clears, sums up a lot. And definitely, if one person is at the bridge, you could lead the pirates to the citadel. So, yes, it is a obvious answer. But the vessel itself, like it was making its way and it was proceeding to some place. Like the machinery and all, and, it's dead at the in the in the middle of sea. So does it bother? Like, is it a concern at that time? Like, let it float anyway.
It doesn't matter. If
Okay.
if the attack has taken place and you are proceeding to Citadel, that time you're supposed to stop the engines and make a blackout and then come because those pirates don't have the basic ship handling course. They have not done all that, so they won't be able to start the ship anyhow.
Okay.
So if the vessel is stopped and all the crew has mustered inside Citadel, of course they will try to bang or shoot or whatever. But just matter of few hours and half day, one day till the time the rescue personnel come. And once they see the military helicopter, in the vicinity, those guys are gonna run because then those guys don't have any rules of force. They will shoot on
Okay.
sight. Now what if
Well,
what if you're hijacked? So what if you're hijacked that time? Another thing is again, BMP5 and company procedures and ship security plan. Do not be a hero. Okay, we have seen all Sunny Deol and Hrithik Roshan's movies. We thought if you see those guys, you feel like just one small punch, and those guys will be flat on the floor. But unfortunately, they have a gun. One small bullet is enough to ruin our careers. So this hijack maybe 8 months, 6 months, 1 year, you will be back to sea. But one bullet in the wrong place, your career will be finished. And after being a hero, nobody gets a movie like Captain Phillips. So that was like over the top movie. I've seen that movie. It was like too much. Tom Hanks can do anything. So we are not Tom Hanks. So that time you just
yes,
lay
yes.
low, follow whatever they say. Don't raise your eyes. Don't click Instagram pictures and upload that we are just captured. So don't do all that. Life matters of you as well as the others.
Yes,
And
sir.
I mean, it should not happen in the first place. I mean, prevention is better than cure. So make
Prevention.
sure you
Yes.
don't let it happen in the first place. I mean, I don't mind abandoned ship. I don't mind fire on board. I don't mind anything on board. But I don't know, the piracy is one of the not to do list things in my life. I don't
Okay,
want that
okay.
experience ever.
For a very good reason, right? A mental trauma and
But those
all.
things, this fire and the abandoned ship, and those were like it's in your control to some extent. But these pirates, You never know, if even if you have a innocent face like yours and mine, you know, it depends on those guys how much they have taken weed. Maybe they don't like you and they just on their mood, just shoot, it doesn't matter. And sometimes even after, okay, one of the guys I met in one of the training, he was one of the six guys who were, I mean, who was were lucky enough from the who had been retrieved from the pirates captivity. So there were 12 people on board. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
12 people.
That's what I have been, trying to convey at the end. Like I would have made this, but since you have spoken, I want you guys to know that Captain has sailed with some, seafarers who have been through these experiences and they are still alive. So he has a very, good story, I guess. So, like let's hear it very clearly, and then we will be done with life.
Yeah. So two experiences. I met one guy during one of the bridge resource or some course, and he was one of the six guys who were lucky. So what happened that those 12 guys were in captivity for few months, 6, 7 months. Then the ransom was given. So because the ransom process also takes time, you have to negotiate, and the company has to negotiate and all those formalities. Then finally, those guys, the pirates, took all those 12 guys on deck. Okay, and now from that 12 guys on deck, they chose six people random. All right. So now imagine, you are being chosen by the pirates. You come on. Then they took those six guys to the steering flat, and they were, locked up there. Finally, it was realized those six guys were the lucky ones, and the other six they had taken them to, Somalia for further hospitality, unfortunately.
Oh,
And I think there is still no traces of those guys. That was one. And second, I say happened to sail with captain, one of the captain of a Stolt Dweller, which was a very known ship during 2008, one of the ships which was hijacked in Somalia. So they were southbound, and the entire ship was hijacked for 8 months. And it was a big cry in India because the wife of the captain, almost did candle march and almost, went to the president, signing a lot of petitions and all that. Finally, the company succumbed to the pressure and, the ransom was given quickly and then they were released. So it was a big media news that time in 2008. So if you Google, so he shared his experience, they used to hit them every day because they will pressurize you to cry and not have a smiling face like you. They'll make you cry every day, and you'll have to call your family and tell them that you are actually in pain, so that your family puts pressure on the company to pay the money. Then with that AK-47, the base of the AK-47 is so hard and strong. So break your legs, hands, and no medication or whatever. And then you will not take shower for days, months. And the food used to be, I mean, they will empty all your provisions, they will empty all your safe, all your personal belongings and everything. The entire accommodation will be shit. There will be, the marijuana everywhere, weed everywhere. And the only food that we'll get was the rice and dal, the khichdi, what you call, that's it. And that also a liquid. And once the provision is over, then, they will get some stiff. So vegetarians are, I mean, I mean, people lose weight actually too.
first of all, the tension over the top, like there is this food
People
issue,
lose
and then
weight, tension, and so many things, and no food.
heart
Vegetarians
is
are
their
ruling.
actual, yes, they are this kind of what they eat all the time to, overcome hunger is this kind of like it's what do we say? It's similar to weed and marijuana. It's khat. They call it khat. So the guys in that movie, 2013 movie, Captain Phillips, what the roots they were eating was the same. They don't eat food;
Uh,
they eat khat.
and the ship's crew member will be treated like shit every day. So it's something that we should never experience in ever in our lifetime.
Let's just hope for the best and prepare for the worst. That's all we can do, right?
Any other questions coming up, or What is 18 million live?
So just to motivate us. I like actually. Sorry, I'll talk it over some other time. So that's it, guys. I sir, your permission to end the video.
Sure, sure.
So
Chalo then.
anything at the end? Any good note? Anything? Any advice?
Follow your company's security plan and do not panic and hope and pray. See, it's all about lookout. Just the moment, the earliest you sight those boats, the faster and the effective the action will be. If you sight them too late, and so at any given time you're supposed to do a navigation watch to your to your best, and during HRA you have to do to your 200% double best, because the earlier you sight them, the earlier armed guards can fight them off, and other people are resting in their cabin, trusting you guys. So do your watch properly. Complete your 4 hours of watch so that we safely transit that area. With armed guards, it is very safe. So no need to worry. If suppose you're joining the ship in Singapore and your first port will be Egypt, don't worry. You will have armed guards on board. You'll safely transit. Just follow all the procedures and be strong.
Okay. So sum it all up. Like the first action would be like having a great watch. And our first episode was on bridge watchkeeping. So do watch that, guys. And the rest of the actions are like hardening the ship. And some of the steps that I have seen are that get the propeller completely submerged under the water. Lose your ballast to increase your freeboard. Other than that, fire pumps and everything are one of the best ways to get rid of the pirates. Other than that, the barbed wire, the not the barbed wire, but the razor wire, so that it defends at the best. Next would be our all the obstacles to just buy some time so that we can enter the citadel at the first place. And next would be obviously waiting for the maritime the military and services to help you out. And the best advice that I personally feel is don't do something heroic, because your heroism can cost someone's life actually. And
Right.
just follow, as they say, just like Captain Phillips did actually. Like I to be honest, I watched that movie in 2014. At that time I didn't know anything about merchant navy, and all I was like, yeah, he could have done this, he could have done that, and he could have just abandoned and do this, kill him, and why doesn't he carry the pistol? But today, when it comes to BMP5 and all of the STS CSG codes, I can say that it is all a well planned structure, and obviously Captain Phillips survived because of it, to be honest. So everything happens for a reason, and I don't think so that anyone of us will ever experience something like this. I hope no one experience something like this. But if you do, know what is to be done, and do follow Captain Vijay Sharma for more such informative videos. And this video will be uploaded to his YouTube as well. Catch you up later on another episode. Big things are coming up, and thanks a lot for all your support. I just got a major breakthrough. We just hit 10K views on my first reel, and that's just overwhelming for me. And thanks for all the mentions, everyone, each and every one of you. Thanks a lot. Good night, Captain. I wish you'll be
All right,
joining
guys.
soon.
Another thing that
Yes.
do come in live, get lots of more viewers, because either I would have two options. Either I can, show off my fancy life, show off my bikes, my cars, and my this and that, talk about my daily routine, how I'm waking up, how I'm cleaning my shoes, how I'm walking on the road, and get million views. Or I can, do a good thing by teaching you guys what information and extra whatever experience I have, so that next time when you go on board, you would at least know something rather than being just zero. So just spread it, share the news,